I wish I could put like a title here. He's not allowing me. I wonder if it can give me a title. I'm only gonna be on here an hour. You turn it up a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, you use that one. Okay. Yeah. Don't fun, don't stop, no show. One thing that you gotta remember is one monkey don't stop, no show. This train gon' keep on rolling. Oh yeah, just think our life gon' keep on going. Oh yeah, this train gon' keep on rolling. Oh yeah, just think our life gon' keep on going. Oh yeah. The topic is, should I stay living here in Nigeria? Now, this is my first live, so I don't know how to put the topic on here. So if anybody knows how I can do this, please chat it in here and I can put it in here. But the topic is, should I stay here living in Nigeria? You know, I've been here in Nigeria since February of 2024. And it's been a wild experience for me to be here. You know, I've never lived in another country before. I'm from United States. I from Los Angeles, California. You know, where all the fires is going. You know, all the fires is happening right now. I want to give you firsthand knowledge. You know, I've lived in California pretty much all my life, and I will tell you, we've had so many fires since I've lived in California. I mean, fires is nothing. So that's just why you don't see people actually leaving their homes, because we have fires and they're really not that bad. You know, yes, fires is bad, but really, you turn it just down a little bit. I'm jamming with King George. I'll probably have my husband play a little bit later a song that he always plays. I just found out what it was. It was called Remember by Ashake. Ashake. So I just know the parts that says cho 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 cho. That's the only parts I know. But I'm not really sure what the song is all about. He told me, I think he's chasing some girl, right? He's trying to get a girl's attention.
Yes.
Yeah. My husband's shy. He doesn't want to come on the live. He's just like that. So, I got enough subscribers to finally go on live on YouTube. And I'm just kind of excited. I'm just going to talk. I'll be here for probably an hour, even if I'm just talking to you, one person, but I can't put a topic there, or I don't know how to put a topic there because it's my first time. I am on TikTok. Now, TikTok is supposed to be in the United States. It's supposed to be banned on Sunday. Our federal government, underneath the Biden administration, has said that the China owner of TikTok, that they've been trying to take the data of the American citizens. Um, Newsflash, they've been doing that for years. They've been doing that since Obama. They've been doing that since Bush. I mean, they've been doing that for a long time. So that's the reason why I can actually tell you that working in the government, I know they take your data. I know they know everything about you. Okay? But I want to welcome everyone. So if you can tell me what your name is, what state are you calling from? Are you on here live with me from Nigeria? Are you from the States? Are you from Canada? Are you from United Kingdom? Where are you from? Because I like to know where you're from. Um, so on this topic here, I'm going to be talking about, should I stay here in Nigeria? Like I said, I've been living in Nigeria since February of 2024. I came Valentine's Day to be with my husband. We've been married for a wonderful 2 years. We've been together for a total of 3 years. He's Yoruba. He's very shy, but he knows how to shout, shout, shout. That's what they do. They shout. Since I've been here, the shouting, I had to get used to that. And that goes with starting with flying in from California, which I'm from. It took me, so I flew from California to Atlanta, Georgia. That's in the United States. That took about 4 hours. And then from Atlanta, Georgia to Nigeria, it took about 18 hours. So it's crazy how long it takes. It says, I'm your Yoruba bro, currently living in the UK. How is the UK? My husband been talking to me about either going to Canada or United Kingdom, but I have no desire to go to either. I mean, I've been to Canada before, when I was a lot younger, in my teenage years, when my parents used to travel all over the place. I went to Canada. I think I was probably about 12 or 13. And it was so cold there. It was cold. Everything was gray and white. I mean, if I want to see, the palm colored people, I can stay in the United States to see that. I really wasn't crazy about the food, but I heard United Kingdom's food is even worse than that. And I have seen some videos. I guess my question would be, why do everybody eat chips all the time? Their chips is what we call in the United States fries, French fries. But I see that United Kingdom, they have a lot of chips and they put cheese on everything. Cheese on everything. I mean, to me, it all looks like you're having a bad, like what we call in the States, seeing something like that, it's called surviving food. Struggle food. That's what it is. Struggle food in the United States is like, let me see, what's struggle food? The struggle food would be like beans, like those red beans, pork and beans in the can. Anything that's in the can is struggle food. And so I think it's we call them baked beans. They look kind of reddish. Um, Also, like the bologna, they fry bologna and make it into sandwiches. I've seen it made with mayonnaise. What else is struggle food? Like cup of noodles. I had never seen noodles like in a package. I think it's called I want to say indome. I'm not sure. It's noodles. We call them like the noodles, the in the package. But I think you guys call them something else, like indome or indigo, in something. It starts with the indie something. And I had that with plantains. My sister-in-law has made that with me with plantains, and I absolutely don't like that kind of stuff. It doesn't really do good with me. I don't know. I just don't like that kind of food. Um, so yeah, I've tried that, but those are all like struggle food. So tell me, how's it living in the UK? Do you like living in the UK? What is there to do in the UK that someone would like to come visit in the UK? I mean, only thing I'm tired of seeing is the Queen Elizabeth, King Charles. Um, what is that? What is that noodle food? Is that Indomie? Indomie. He said it's Indomie. So I don't like it, but that's a struggle food. And if I had to, I guess I had to eat it. I don't like to eat it. So, hi Angela. How you doing? What I'm doing is talking about should I stay in Nigeria or should I go back to the United States? Because you know what? I miss the United States. I'm from California. So you said here, let's see, you said black magic. English food is bland. Fortunately, a wide variety of food is available. The weather here isn't extreme, not too hot or cold, but the atmosphere is forever cloudy, gray, and miserable. Sick of my damn head. You know what? I pictured United Kingdom being like that for some reason. It's like that in Canada. Matter of fact, it's like that in Alaska. Alaska is one of the states in the United States, and 6 months out the year is completely dark. I mean, it's like being outside in the dark 6 months out the year. And then for the other 6 months, it's light, it's time. So when it's 6 months during the year and it's daytime, they put aluminum foil over the windows, or they have some black aluminum foil, and they put that on the windows to make it blacked out when it's time to go to bed because it's light all the time. So it's very cold. It's next to Canada. Alaska's right next to Canada, so you can actually go through the border and go right into Canada and go into from Canada to Alaska. But I'm trying to perplexed on why some people go through New York to go to Canada when they can go to. Well, I guess I don't know. Maybe they don't know that you can go to Alaska and then go to Canada, because Canada you can just walk over there. It's just like in California. Um, Thank you, honey. It's just like in California, Southern California, San Diego. If anybody's heard of San Diego, California, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. California is just like Nigeria. Literally, it's just like Nigeria. Southern California, Northern California, it rains, it snows, um, it gets windy. It's just it's up in the mountains, yes, and a lot of farming is there. But Southern California, like Los Angeles, Hollywood, where the fire is at, Pacific Palace is. You have Beverly Hills, you have San Diego, you have La Jolla, Rancho Penasquitos. I mean, you have all that. Um, It says, can you say my username? I like it sometimes. Oh my goodness. Help me, Angela. Angela Guchuk. Guchuk? I don't know. Angela Guchuk? That's, I don't know if I said it right, give me a thumbs up. If I said it wrong, give me a thumbs down. I definitely don't know if I said it right. I have a question. Am I talking too fast? And do I have an accent when I talk? I want to know that because my husband says, thank you. I said it right. Good check. So, do I have an accent? My husband says I have an accent that sometimes he can't understand what I say because I'm talking too fast. So I have to slow down when I'm talking. His family is the same way. You know, his mom is like, she looks at me and she's like, you're talking like, she's looking at me like I'm talking too fast. And then my husband talks to her in Yoruba. So when I talk to her, I talk really slow. So tell me in the chat, do I have an accent? Do I talk fast? How do I sound? I mean, I don't think I have an accent, but you know, in the United States, there are many accents in the United States, just like in Nigeria. And I really just found out how many tribes there is in Nigeria. And that was interesting. I didn't know there was over 200 some tribes here in Nigeria. And we went to the Leaky Conservation today. Me and my husband, we went to Leaky and I thought we were going to see some lions, some tigers, maybe some gorillas, you know, some animals in the wild kingdom like they have in the United States. And, you know, when I traveled to Tanzania, they have it in the safari and they have all the wild animals where you go through on a like a jeep and you can see them in the wild, and you're not close enough for them to come and attack you, but it's kind of neat to have that, to see the wild. And I actually thought I was going to see that in Nigeria, but we went to a leaky conservation today and we saw the little monkeys, you know, the little monkeys, and they were all crawling over the place. And the guy was telling us, make sure that you didn't have no food or anything because the monkeys will follow you, and when you least expect it, will attack you. And what? I was thinking like, okay, what else is out there? And he was saying they have pythons, right? It was pythons, and they had crocodiles. Um, what else they had? They had all different kind of snakes. They had vultures, and they have the eagle. They have them all, but they're in the jungle. The only thing that we saw was the monkeys. The little monkeys with they're black and white, and you know, the little monkeys running around. They were all over the place, but we didn't have no problem. It says, I'd be surprised if you sounded any different. You sound like what you are, African American, which is a good thing. You're not talking fast. Well, thank you, Black Magic. Thank you. Um, I just know that in different parts of the United States, they have different accents. You know, in New York, they have more of a rougher accent. You know, if you ever listen to someone from New York, their accent sounds different, especially if they're from the Bronx or from Queens. From those areas, the accents are little bit stronger. Then you have Boston. They say ka or ba, you know, a dog. And then you go into the South and everything's like car, bar, you know. It's, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's places in the United States that I don't even understand the people, and that's mostly in the deep South, like Georgia, like Macon, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Kentucky. Those are rednecks. And then there's like um, I don't want to say any connotation of, but I'll just say that in the South, in the African American, they don't have no diction, so they don't know how to pronounce their words. So you can say book, and it sounds they're saying wunk, wood, wunk. It I have no idea what they're saying. So, um, yeah, I have a lot of family from the South. So a lot of times when I was a kid, they used to think I was, touched, especially my grandmother. She would tell me to go get some water. She was from Arkansas, out the refrigerator, and I grew up, in Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and so they say we talk proper. Um, and she would tell me, "Hey, go get some water out the refrigerator," and I had no idea what she was saying, and I would get popped upside my head like, "Girl, what's wrong with you? Give me some water. Give me some water." And I'm thinking like water, and I'm looking for a glass to get water, and she's telling me to get the jelly jar to get water and pour it in there. And what? So I had to grow up with that when I was a kid, me and my brothers and sisters. He says there are elephants in Ogun State. Have you seen an elephant in Ogun State, babe? An elephant in Ogun State. You know, my husband said he ain't seen no elephant. So, Ogun State, gorillas in Calabar, hyenas in northern Nigeria. I heard that there are some giraffes in the national parks. Yeah, and Kari, some lions there also. Wow. Now, I would love to see that. You know, I would like to take our daughters to go see something like that, but I think they might be scared, you know. But I do know in the United States, they have numerous. No, I don't know if anybody on this chat has been to the United States or lived in the United States, but in the United States, they have what they call zoos, ZOO, but the animals are in cages, and you just go in and you watch all the animals in cages. The monkeys are in cages, the gorillas in cages, the lions are in cages, the bears are in cages, the birds are in cages, the snakes are in cages. All the animals are in cages. Yes, and you could walk in, go into the zoo, and you can walk around with your popcorn or your cotton candy, your hot dog, any hamburger, anything, they sell it there, and you can walk around and you can see all the animals. Um, and the thing is that I love the monkeys. I love the monkey sections because they be showing out. The monkeys with especially the ones that with the butt hanging out, and it's the red butt hanging. I don't know what kind of butt, but they always be cutting up in the cages. They be just doing all kind of inappropriate things, and they be doing the middle fingers. They be having, yeah. It's pretty funny, and then you can go underground next door because they have the zoo, and then you can go underground to a place called SeaWorld. I don't know if you have heard of that, but that's where all the fishes are, like the whales. You have like the sharks, you have the dolphins, you have every fish. They have them they have shows with the dolphins going through hoops, and they splash you with that nasty water. So that's why I don't sit down there. I sit way at the top so I don't get that nasty smelling water on me. Um, they have also, they have everything there. Let me tell you something funny about when I was at SeaWorld. Now, SeaWorld is like a big aquarium. All the fishes that you ever had. Thank you, Angela, for subscribing. Thank you, girl. Mrs. Guchak. Mrs. Guchak. Anyway, so it's at the SeaWorld, they have this simulation of airplanes. Now, mind you, I'm not really good about being on planes. Now, I've flown many, many, many countries. And every time I go in the country, I have to chew gum. I have to put something in my ear because the landing going up and coming down and going through turbulence, it does something to me. I get these hot flashes and I'll be going like this. Like, I need some air. Like, my husband turned on the fan here, so if you see my hair moving a little bit, because I needed some air. I needed some air. So anyway, uh, so went on the simulation and I went with my sons. I have three sons and I had my nephew with me. And oh man, they were young. So probably about, I don't know, 10, 9, 10, 11. I don't know. They were like around that age. And we went for a company party. Our company paid for it. And we went to SeaWorld. Went into simulation. And so we're sitting in this simulation. And I'm sitting there and I had been drinking some hot chocolate, which you guys call tea here in Nigeria. Is hot chocolate. And I'm sitting there drinking it. And all of a sudden the plane goes way up in the air. Now this is a simulation. Way up in the air. And then it flips and it goes all the way down. And you see that you're going at 100 miles per hour. And on the screen, you can see it. We crashed right into the ocean, and started going to the bottom. And the minute we crashed in the ocean, I threw up all that hot chocolate. I mean, it was so disgusting, but my kids was laughing at me. But I didn't think it was that funny because I was so sick. I had hot chocolate all over me. And yes, I still had to go through the water, through the SeaWorld just to get out. They hosed me down with the water. It was just, by that time I was like, boys, get in the car, we're going home. I don't want nothing else. So that was my thing for SeaWorld. If you coming into the chat, just say hello. Tell me what your name is. Tell me where you're coming, chatting from. The topic is, should I stay here in Nigeria or should I go back to the States? And like I said, I've been here since February of 2024. Came on Valentine's Day to be with my sweetheart. He was feeling really lonely and he wanted me to come. So, you know what? I decided to take some time off. I retired from my job. I worked in, cybersecurity and healthcare administration and different, military, different things throughout, for pretty much 40 years. I started when I was very young. I started working when I was 14, and I actually started getting to this field. I started from the bottom up, and I was able to retire at a young age and just come over here and see what Nigeria is all about. And I can tell you, it's been pretty interesting. If you've been watching any of my videos, let me tell you, I'm still trying to figure out Nigeria. Just the people. Now, I've had interactions with Hausa people. They are the ones that the women are wearing. I think they're wearing like everything that covers their head all the way down. And I'm thinking, boy, you got to be hot with all that stuff on. But I met some Hausa, and I even have a video about how we got sold one, a spoiled pineapple. That's just how it is. And I met an Igbo. We had Igbo at the beach, and of course my husband's Yoruba. So I know there's like today we're at Lincoln Conservation, and the guy is from Delta State, and I think he's Igbo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's Igbo. He looked like he could be. He didn't look Yoruba to me. But then again, who am I? I don't know the difference yet. But look, we had some fun. I love being here in Nigeria. And I'm going to tell you, when I came in, let me tell you, the first time I came to Nigeria, I was so scared because everyone tells you from the States, be careful when you go to Nigeria because you never know, you might get kidnapped once you get to the airport and never be seen or heard from again. So I was really scared about going to Nigeria, but um, my husband, he reassured me before we were married that I would be safe, I would be okay. And of course, I put other things in mind. I had contacted some friends that were in Lagos at the time that were staying there. So I let them know that I was coming. I also had some air tags that, some places where my sons could track me and different people could track me, where I was at. I also notified my UNC that when I came to Nigeria, where I was going to be staying at. They knew my phone number, they knew my passport information, they knew my visa information. I got a 3-year visa. Um, I just talked to a lot of people, so I made a lot of people know when I came to Nigeria. So when I came to Nigeria, and this has not happened. Like I said, I've traveled to over 30 countries, and hopefully during this live I can, not this live but just in videos, I can talk about the different countries I've traveled to. But when I came into Nigeria, now mind you, I left the United States. I came in December of 2022, and in California or in the United States it's winter time, so it's cold. Some areas it's snowing, it's raining. It's just a colder temperature. So you bring out your winter clothes. You have sweaters, you have hoodies like I have. You wear your boots. You wear a scarf. You wear gloves. You wear everything around your neck because you don't want to catch a cold. So when I left, it was probably about 50 degrees in California. Then I flew to Canada. In Canada, oh my goodness, it was like 12 degrees in Canada. It was snowing, it was blizzarding. I mean, it took me probably about 6 hours from LA to Canada. It was really, really cold. Okay? I had a black trench coat on that hit all the way to my ankle, and I had my gloves on, and I had a scarf on. So it was really cold in Canada. So once I got to Canada, I had to go to Germany. So went to Germany, and it was a negative 12. It was so cold in Germany. I could barely walk. It was really, really, really cold there. And I told my husband I'm in Germany. I should be there in another 10 hours. I mean, it was a long flight. Let me tell you, because of the time changes, California is 9 hours behind Nigeria. So when you go to the time changes, it takes about really 24 hours. Because you're the time frames. So as I'm getting out of Germany and I'm coming to Lagos, because it's so interesting, because when I got to Germany, it seemed like all the white people got off the plane and all the Nigerians got on the plane, because there was not one Nigerian that I could see on the plane when I was coming from Canada, but they were on the plane coming from Germany to go back to Lagos. So it was packed full of Nigerians. Now, it could be a mixture of all the states, but it was my first time going to Nigeria, so I don't know. So I sat next to a woman that was Nigerian. She was coming from Houston, Texas, and I believe she was Hausa, because she was telling me about, I don't know, I forgot what his name, Abdullah. I don't want him to say his name wrong, but the person I don't know the name. So anyway, so we're getting there. I'm tired. So when we get closer to Nigeria, you can just feel the shift in the air. I mean, it literally was freezing cold, and it went from freezing cold to uh, like super hot. Right, you're surprised. There's no direct flights from Cali to Nigeria. There is no direct flights at all. None. I've been here. This is my third flight here, but each time, the second time I had to go from Los Angeles to Paris, and then from Paris to Nigeria. Then the last time I had to go through Turkey, Istanbul, Turkey, and that was a joke. But that's for another lie. Anyway, so you want to get on, honey? No, he's so shy. So anyway, so once we got to Nigeria, yes, once we got to Nigeria, um, it was so super hot, and huh? Oh, okay, okay. He's saying that I have to go soon because we got to do something. So I'll make the story quick. So once we got to Nigeria, it was super, super, super hot, and then it was so hot that I had all this stuff on. And the minute I got off the plane, everybody started running to the airport, inside the airport. And once they ran inside, and I'm like walking because it's super hot, and I was taking my jacket off, taking my scarf off, taking everything off. We're running in, and then the customs had a Nigerian side and they had a foreign side. I had to show them my paperwork that I had to do online about, shots and COVID and all that stuff. And then the yelling started screaming. It was just screaming, 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 hollering. And I didn't know what was going on. I thought there was a fight going on. There was women yelling, there were men yelling, they were yelling at the people that at the customs. It was so chaotic that I kind of didn't know what to do. He said there's a direct flight from all to LAG exists, and from major cities on the East Coast to Lagos. Well, maybe on the East Coast. But in Los Angeles, I could not find any direct flights from Los Angeles to Lagos. I couldn't find any. So if there was one, I didn't find any. And I looked. I did. And that would be wonderful. But anyway, so all this yelling and screaming is happening at the airport. My husband calls me. He's asking me if I'm okay. I'm saying, well, they're screaming and hollering. They're putting their hands up. They're yelling at the guy. I don't know. And the guy, I'm confused because I don't know where to go on this line, or this line. I'm hot. I have a trench coat on. I have sweater. It's just chaos. It's mayhem. It's crazy. I've never seen so much yelling and screaming. I don't know. So once I got there, this guy, he helped me out and everything, and finally got to the baggage. Once I got to the baggage, it was like 5 guys trying to get my bags, and I only had like 2 bags, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you trying to take my bags for? I mean, I'm able to take my own bags. I took them to LA. So, and they don't help you in LA. You don't have nobody baggage helping you. They don't do that. So once we got through there, I realized why they were trying to take my bags, because they wanted a little change. They wanted some money. But of course, why would I give you money to take my bags when I can take my bags myself? But my husband was trying to tell me that's something that they do. So once I got to Nigeria, it was super hot. Everything was wonderful. The first food that I ate was, I think it was yam and eggs. I think I ate yam and eggs. Yes, I think it was yam and eggs. And I actually never seen the yams like that before. The big chunky meat potatoes. It's just a lot. But anyway, so I've been here in Nigeria since February of 24. And I'm actually thinking about going back in February of 2025 because I got to take care of some things. And I'm waiting on my husband to be able to go back with me. I don't want to leave him here. So I'm asking, I did a little poll, should I stay? Should I go? I love it here, but the driving is kind of hectic for me. It's just too much. The driving is just really crazy. He says it's an experience, especially to those who haven't experienced it before, to be blasted by the heat at Madota Muhammad Airport. Yeah, well, The airport looks a lot better than it did when I first came in 2022. It's a lot organized when I came in 2024. So 2023 and 2022, bad. 2024, much, much better. You go into LA airport, it's super huge. It's probably about 3 times bigger than the airport in Lagos. It's really big, but we have our customs. Everything is pretty organized. They have the foreigner side, and then they have the U.S. citizen side. And as long as you have your paperwork, you hand them your passport, and they ask you, do you have any food? Did you bring anything with you? If everything's legit, they just let you go in. There's nothing but maybe 20 seconds. It's that quick, in the LA airport. And then you just go get your luggage, and it comes like quickly. You just look at the flight that you were on, Delta flight. You go to Delta side, and you see your luggage there. You grab it, and you walk out. That's it. You can get an Uber. You can get a rental car. You can always ask. Have a car prepared for you when you get there. Um, it's easy peasy. It's quick. So if you think I should stay in Nigeria, let me know. Say yes. Do my poll. If you're new and you haven't subscribed to me, subscribe to me. I have a lot of stories, um, about being here in Nigeria. And I can tell you one of my favorite foods that I love to eat is egusi soup with, I think it's with fish. I think it's with fish. My sister-in-law makes it with fish, and I think it's like cow skin. I think it's with cow skin, and then she has greens in there, and then she makes the pounded yam. I think she makes. I like the pounded yam. Now I don't like the simo, and I don't like the amala. I've had the goat meat. It's an acquired taste. Every now and then I like to eat it, but I'm not crazy about it. Um, I like the fish better. Um, I'm not too crazy on a lot of the other. I'm not a jollof rice. I don't like rice, period. Not even in the United States, I didn't like rice. But jollof rice is your staple here in Nigeria. And I've tried the jollof rice. It is hot. Very, very spicy. Too hot for my taste. I can't eat a lot of hot foods. I start sweating really bad. So the jollof rice is good. It's too spicy. She's even made it less spicy, and it's still spicy to me. So my palate must be is too spicy. But I'm not crazy about it. But it is good. I've had other rice, the coconut rice. I believe they have rice with beans. I've seen all the different kind of rices, and I've tried all the different rices. She's cooked me so many. I can say I don't like rice, but when she cooks it for me, I have to eat it because that's what she cooks for me. Um, I haven't learned how to cook Nigerian food. It's hard for me to do it because I'm so used to going to a grocery store and buying the ingredients that I need and everything. But she says it's cheaper going to the market and buying all these different things. Um, and she knows how to do it. And I'm not familiar with the Naira money yet. Um, I don't know how to count the Naira money that good. My husband does all the POS transfers, which is so confusing to me. I've never seen POS transfers before. It's difficult for me to say whether you should stay or go. For me, I like the best of both worlds, spending some time in the West and some time in Nigeria. You know what? That is really good because I talked to my husband and I said, you know what? Maybe we should go 6 months in the States and 6 months in Nigeria because we just bought a house here. So that sounds like an option, but I'm not sure. I just want my husband to have the experience to go to the United States when it's time. I mean, I have the opportunity to be in Nigeria, and I never thought living here in Nigeria would really be so different. I mean, the food is good, it's healthy, it's really fresh food. You know, I like the fact that I can get fresh coconut water. I like the fresh pineapples. I like the watermelon. I love the papayas. You know, I love like I just love the food. The food is so good. And one of the things that I had to get used to just being here in Nigeria is eating with your hands. You know, having the water and you wash your hands. You eat with one hand, not both hands. You eat with one hand, you dip your hands in the water, and you take the simo and you use the soup and you dip it. And, well, wait a minute. You take a little bit of the simo and you roll it in your hands like this because it's burning hot, so your hands is on fire. And you dip it, and then you swallow it. The swallow food. That's what it is. Swallow. You swallow food. Now, in the United States, they said it was called fufu. So I don't know if that's a different type of um, thing that you use, but they call it fufu in the United States. But I know since I've been here, there's been amala, which is sticky. It's the sticky and it's brown. Well, the one I've seen is brown sticky. I think they have a white and sticky, but I don't like the sticky. I don't like that. They have simo, which is white and floury. I'm not a big fan of that, but I like that one better than amala. And then we have the pounded yam, which I really like. I like the pounded yam because they make it smaller. And then you can dip. No, wait. You got to roll your hand. You got to roll your hand like this. And then you dip, and then you put it in your mouth. And you don't chew it. You just swallow it. You just swallow it. Yes, yes. You swallow it. So I like the soups. I love the soups. So let me tell you another thing I really like about Nigeria. I love the beaches. I love the fact that I can go to any beach, and there's a lot of beaches. So, hello, hello, oh my gosh, Ola, Oleolua, Ola Williams. I like you because you're the ones that always giving me encouraging and you're always positive. Come on. And I love that because you understand that I'm a foreigner and I don't get a lot of the things, but you explain it to me where I understand where the Nigerians is coming from. And I want to say I appreciate that about you. And I yawo wa, I don't know if that's hello, right? So, hello, welcome to this chat. I'm only going to be on here for like 15 more minutes. This is my first live. I just wanted to come on. I had put a poll up that should I stay in Nigeria living or should I go back to the States? I've been here since February of 2024 and I actually love it here. I love just waking up and I can just be free to do anything. And I love the fact that I can walk outside and get the sunshine and get the fresh food. The people are just super nice to me. I haven't had any conflicts with anyone here. Now I can tell you the first time I came to Nigeria, I had, people were staring at me a lot. And it kind of made me uncomfortable because I didn't know what to do. But as the time since I've been here living, the people have been just opening. You know, they're just so friendly. And now that I'm here in my neighborhood and I'm walking around and I'm talking, because my personality is I'm like friendly, and I'm very like excited, but I don't shout, and so they're like, okay, good morning, ma, or good afternoon, ma. It's just, I love it. And I love how the kids, they come and they see me, they kind of like bow down and say, good morning, ma, or good afternoon, ma. And I love that about the Nigerian people. Now, the driving, I don't know what the issue with the driving. I mean, I don't understand why there is no stop signs in certain areas. Now, up here where I'm at in Victoria, they do have stop signs. They do have stop lights. They do, but it's the craziness of the lanes. So, if you're driving, I don't know if it's 2 lanes or if they're making it 3 lanes. It's just people are going in and out. I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't understand the lane thing. I don't understand why they don't have a line down on the roads, and they don't go on each side. I don't understand. Can you explain to me? Hi, Angela. You came back. Good Chuck. You said I saw you. Where'd you see me at? If you saw me, you need to come tell me hi. You know. Um, so the driving, my in-laws are surprised how well I'm driving. Like I said, when I drive, it's like a video game. It's like driving. I'm like, whew, 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 whew. Because the minute you're driving, honk, 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 honk. And then you have a car coming this way, you got to stop, you honk the horn, then there's people running in front of you. It's just nonstop, it's forever going. It's just, I ain't going to lie, driving to Nigeria isn't for the faint-hearted, and you right, it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak at all. It's, my husband says, and every person that says this to me, they said, if you can drive in Nigeria, you can drive anywhere in the world. And you know what? I believe that. If I drive here, I thought I drove good in LA. And LA is pretty wild. I mean, oh, the traffic is crazy. But here, you have to drive like like you're like you're like you're an animal. You have to drive like you're an animal. Like you're insane. You can't even just think about nobody's feelings. You just gotta honk. You give them the stare. I mean, there's a couple times I had to speak in Spanish because I didn't know how to speak Yoruba, but I spoke in Spanish because I know how to speak Spanish. But it is crazy, and every time I get in the car to drive, and I'm teaching my husband how to drive, and he's actually doing much better. He just hasn't gotten to be able to get on the regular roads. But I get on the regular roads, and now I just get out there and I just go past the little white buses, the little yellow buses, the little red buses. I'm going past the little the people that are trying to get me to make illegal turns, to set me up with the police officers so they can stop me and ask me for some of this. It's all propaganda. It's all crazy. And I've learned that. I've learned everywhere I go, no matter where I go in Nigeria, there's somebody's going to ask us for something. That's just the way of life. So you have to walk around with a little change all the time. And that I've never seen in any other countries. Now, like I said, I've traveled to over 30 countries, and I haven't seen that. Now, I haven't lived in those other countries, so maybe they do that if you live there, you know. But I just want to thank everyone for being on here. Just 3 people. I know I had up to 7 people. I'm going to try to do more lives. I'm trying to do a topic. I don't know how to put the topic up here. I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to look on some YouTube channels and find out how I can put a topic on live and put the topic there. But the topic tonight is, should I stay in Nigeria or go? I really like staying. My husband wants me to stay. I may stay until everything gets all taken care of for both of us, so we can go back together to the United States, because I want him to be able to see the United States. So, like I said, I'm open to. Some people told me I should go see Port Harcourt. I think Enugu, Abuja, Baden. I've already been to Leakey, Akija. I'm in Victoria Island. like I said, I lived in Sango area for about 9 months. It's really quite different than it is up here in Lagos and the mainland and the island. Just the whole atmosphere and the whole vibe is different. Um, but I've learned even the food is different. To be honest with you, I think you get more food in Sango. I think the helpings are a little bit different, more better. You get more food for less money, and you come up here and you get less food with more money. You have to pay more. So I do notice that the food is a little bit different. We've went to many, some different restaurants, and the food is good. It's kind of expensive, but I know that we're in Leakey and Victoria Island and all these different places, and I'm trying to find a nice place to go for the get a spa, because I need to get a massage and just some me time. Um, but I'm getting used to the shouting. They call it the shouting. I'm getting used to the shouting. Um, like I said, I'm not a person that does shouting. I like to do talking. I like to have a conversation, and I can't really hear if they're shouting. And I'm learning that if someone like me, they would see me as timid or someone that they can take advantage of because I don't shout. Um, that shouldn't be a reason why you should shout. I mean, if it's your culture and that's your personality, I get that. I don't want to take that away from you, but I'm not a shouting person. And if a person shouts at me, I kind of don't know what to do because I don't like it. So I'm learning everyone's culture. I'm assimilating with it. Um, like I said, I love being here in Nigeria. I the people are just so nice to me. Now I kind of like I think I'm getting like street credit because they're seeing me drive all over the place now. And when people see me, they kind of nod their head and, like good, like this or hey, So everywhere I go, people are starting to see me. They're starting to realize, hey, she's here. She's one of us. She's assimilating. She loves being here. I'm always speaking. I always try to be friendly. My husband gives me a lot of instructions on things to do and not to do, and I follow him, um, what he tells me to do. Um, and I just love being here. Um, in the United States, I do miss the United States. It's very cold in California right now, and of course, we're dealing with the fires. There's fires that's going on in parts of LA County, is LA, but it's not everywhere in California. It's just the LA County area, which is the areas they're hitting the most is like Beverly Hills, Hollywood, Pacific Palisades, um, uh, all the wealthy areas, like the movie stars, the celebrities, the athletes, the affluent people that own corporations. They're losing their houses. It makes you think that their houses are gone, but the trees are still standing, which doesn't make sense to me. Why are trees standing and the house is completely gone? Um, Now they're doing GoFundMe's, which I don't understand why. If you're wealthy, why would you need a GoFundMe? Because they want the middle class or the lower class to fund, their habits, and some people will do it. But like I said, this is my first live. I only wanted to be on here for 1 hour, and it's about to be my 1 hour up. So to all the people that came on my chat, I appreciate you for coming on my chat. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting me. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe with me. And if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, please tell me. I'll probably be doing a live maybe twice a week or once a week. I haven't decided yet. Hopefully my husband will be able to come on just for a little bit, just to say hello. I know he's shy and he's giving me the side eyes. So I want to tell everybody thank you for joining my live. Thank you for following me. Thank you for the support. If it wasn't for you guys supporting me, the Nigerians supporting supporting me. I went from having like 300 or 400 subscribers to like 12, over 1,200 subscribers. And it's all because of you. And you guys are doing this. And I really appreciate you. I mean, let me tell you what, we are really brothers and sisters, the African Americans, the Black Americans. I would say out of all the Africans that I have seen, and I've only traveled to two African countries besides Nigeria, I would say Nigerians are the closest looking to Black Americans. You guys look more Black Americans than Nigerians do, and your personalities are really close to Black Americans. So we're like brothers and sisters. So I want to just tell you all that I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on my live. And I hope you're having a blessed night. And if you see me out somewhere, just come up and say hello and let's get acquainted, because I want to have friends. I want to be able to connect to different people and to be able to get some information and on things that I don't know about. I'm going to be going to the museums coming up. I'm going to be going to the slave places that they have in Nigeria that I didn't know that they had a slave trade, all types of things here. So I'm going to be traveling to different places in Nigeria, and hopefully I'll be able to see it and show you what everything it is like in Nigeria. So thank you for being here. Have a wonderful night, and God bless.